little thing that you want to implement affect your whole program, and you want to have no installation required on the server side, basically. And you want to avoid maintaining interfaces, maintaining daemons, updating things remotely, and all this. So PyExecNet does this, and basically the only thing that you need is SSH, and you need just a rough Python working on that server. And then you can basically execute arbitrary code there. You can also use it for certain purposes if you like. It's interesting technology in that area. So let's just do that. We say that we want to have a gateway. This is only now an SSH gateway on the, to a remote server. This is now built via an SSH connection. And we have that. And here we can just say, okay, I want to execute some arbitrary code on the other side. In this case, I'm just asking for the platform that this system is running on. I get back a channel object. And I send basically here, I send some information, and here I can just simply receive it. So it's an AMD 64 platform here. And now we go for actually implementing a file server. So we take the same gateway. It's an open connection where I can execute many threads there. And I say, OK, for each object that arrives in a channel, I just say I send the content of, I assume it's a file name, basically. The X is now a file name. I just read that, and the content is sent back. So this gives me now a channel again. So I can say, OK, give me the content of, well, what about the past WD file? So I send the file name over, and I receive the content, right? So, well, I can also, of course, split this, or, well, just look at the first, I don't know, 20 characters. Sorry. Oh, it's the root user, so you can walk from there and then see what's on there. So this gateway is still the whole time there. You can just send code around, and the means how they communicate is the channel. Just send, receive, and it's not like just strings. You can have like lists and tuples and whatnot. And there's no installation required whatsoever on the server, except that you can SSH log into the server, and you have a Python, very rough, basic Python install. So this is a slightly more advanced file server, where actually there's error handling integrated. So you have you catch errors, and you just return none so that the program doesn't crash. Because if you here send something that doesn't exist, then you will get some error. It actually transports the exception to your side. You can see, OK, this is actually on my client side. This is a remote error. And what was happening on the other side is an I/O error. There is no such file directory. So this is the more advanced thing. It doesn't break. It just returns none. So you can have another try and look around in the file system. Of course, you can also do something like listdir and just send back the entries. And well, the main thing is that you define everything. This is like a complete program here. There's nothing hidden. There's no server you have to install, nothing. You just have this. And for example, we also implemented, just for the fun of it, an async protocol, walking two directory hierarchies, synchronizing. And that's something like a 100-line script, completely defined compactly in one place, and working everywhere where you have SSH connection. And then, well, this is the next experiments we want to do there is having even more gateways and being able to have channels to remote computers you don't have direct connections to, but through other computers. So you basically have some kind of mesh of network going there. And if you want to understand a bit about the details, then just go to CodeSpeak.NET.Py, and there's some descriptions about how this works. It's a very simple description, also explains a bit on how it works internally. And really the only thing you need to know is remote exec and the channel object, send, receive. It's very simple. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's it.